A lot of people don't know that the Empire State Building was struck by a very sizable aircraft back in 1945. Matter of fact, I'm going to run this in the background. On Saturday, July 28, 1945, Lieutenant Colonel William Franklin Smith Jr. was piloting a B-25 Mitchell bomber on a routine personal transportation mission from Boston to LaGuardia Airport. Well, what happens? He runs into the Empire State Building and tears an 18-foot by 20-foot hole in the building where the offices of the National Catholic Welfare Council were located. And guess what didn't happen? The Empire State Building didn't fall neatly into its own footprint. And as a matter of fact, it was crazy damage. There were a lot of fires. There was loss of life. There was one lady who was in an elevator shaft. She still holds the world's record, the Guinness Book of World Record for the longest survived fall. And it was like she fell like 1,000 feet. She initially got hurt, and then people put her into the elevator so that they could take her down to the street to get her some medical attention. And the cable snapped, and she fell 1,000 feet, and she still lived. Betty Lou Oliver. The resulting fire was extinguished in 40 minutes. It's still the only fire of such a height that was ever successfully controlled. 14 people were killed in the incident, and an elevator operator, Betty Lou Oliver, was injured after rescuers decided to transport her on an elevator, which they did not know had weakened cables. It plunged 75 stories. I guess that'd be 750 feet. She survived the plunge, and it still stands as a Guinness Book of World Record for the longest elevator fall ever recorded, with a person who actually survived in it. So there was damage, there was loss of life, but the bottom line is that building, the Empire State Building, did not fall neatly into its own footprint. It didn't weaken the bottom part of the structure that wasn't struck by an airplane. Pretty interesting indeed, especially when you think about what happened on that fateful day in September of 2001.